Hey everyone, how are you doing? Seems like I've been gone forever. Well, quick update. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that I had a major flood in my house and things are still exactly the same as they were the last video I made. So if you go into my YouTube, you'll see I have 3 different parts to the flood. And we have had nothing done since. This happened April 19th at 4 o'clock in the morning, and we still are without any of our furniture. What I'm sitting on right now is our patio table that I brought inside, and our master bedroom wasn't hit, so we have that. I still have the backyard for my dogs, and the kitchen, the only thing that was bothered was the toe kicks. So I have my kitchen, my master bedroom, which has a bath, and the backyard, and the living room, just a small portion of that. So we're staying at the house. Nevertheless, we don't have anything to speak of here, and also everything was taken to storage. So all of my crafts, everything is gone that I normally would have, and I just couldn't take it anymore. I mean, when you're a crafter, and people that watch this YouTube usually are crafters to some degree or another, you have to start creating. So I had totally forgotten that I had 2 containers underneath my bed in the master bedroom. And it used to be where I kept sweaters in them, and I had taken it out and I had put some fabric and some scrapbooking paper. Totally forgot. Don't even know why I looked underneath. I can't remember what I was doing. When I realized what was in there again, I felt like I struck gold, because in front of you I had some 4th of July remnants, which lends itself perfectly since 4th of July is coming up. So I thought, okay, what can I do to where I can get a few things, not a whole lot, something that I would be able to use even when my craft room is back together again, and it's not a waste of money. And so I just bought a few little things to keep me going and to let me be able to create to some degree. I wanted so bad, and I had so much stuff that I wanted to put up, and I was going to decorate my house for the 4th of July like I have my Christmas and Easter and St. Patrick's Day. Again, if you look at my YouTube, you can see those. And I was sick about it because I was so looking forward to doing that. So the only thing I can do this year is just maybe make a few little things here and there. Not a tour, obviously, but still, I can do something. So what I did is I went online and I started looking at YouTube, and I went on looking at Jennings 644 Fee, which I love watching her, and a little Shabby Chic. I believe her name is Teresa, and there was someone else, and it's driving me nuts because I can't remember who it was. Anyway, you can go on to their channels too and look at them do it, because they are the real pros in this. So without further ado, I will show you what I've been doing, and I hope you like it. So first off, this one I saw from a little Shabby Chic, and she had used cheesecloth. I bought a piece of gauze. It was a remnant at Hobby Lobby, and anything that's flowy for this particular flower, and this one is so easy, I can't believe it. It works a lot better. I did do one, well, I don't even really, well, here it is. Here's one with some gauze and some fabric. Let's see if you can, but do you see what I mean? How, let me try to get the camera. It doesn't lay as nice. I mean, it's okay. So I wanted to try it just to see what it would look like. And I don't have anything to put in the middle of it really, but so that's what this looks like with the fabric. This one with the gauze, what I did is I clipped the sides of it, and I, you know, scraped it up a little bit to see, and I kind of like the way that, what is wrong with this camera? It's driving me insane. Anyway, okay, so that's that one. This one, I got the idea from Jennings 644 Fee, and you just take some material and you fold it, and then you just cut slits and you gather it together, and I'll show you. I have a piece over here that I'm going to show you. Over here, this one, all I did is I gathered, and I left the raw edges, and I gathered it and just tied it, sewed it together, and I put a little pearl in the middle of it. And I don't know if I'm having a lot of shading or not, because where I'm sitting, well, I don't know, but I'm sorry if it's not good, but if I don't do it now, I mean, it's going to get, when it gets dark, I don't have good lighting at all. So sorry about that. This one, I got the idea also from a little Shabby Chic, but what I did, see this plastic? You'll never believe what it is. You know, when you get the turkeys for Thanksgiving, or sometimes chickens, not often, it's usually turkeys, or fruit. It's made out of this, and it's what the turkey's in, or the oranges or onions or whatever. So I kept that. And I love it. I love it because this I don't know why, but to me, when I was making this, it reminded me of fireworks kind of shooting out. So I really like the way this one turned out. And then it has some burlap and 4th of July material. And this is just a little button with a pearl. Like I said, I don't have things that I would normally have to be able to put in the middle, so I just have to use what I have. This one, all I did is I took tiny little pieces of little squares, remnants, and I just kept gluing them until I got what I wanted as far as the shape for this. And same with this one. So, oh, and did I show? Okay. And then this one I did, this again is from a little Shabby Chic. And this is not cutting the edges. So do you see the difference? So I'm going to show you this one first. I'm telling you, it's so easy, I can't even believe it. So here we go. What you're going to do is you're just going to take some gauze, cheesecloth, whatever is just real flimsy material, and cut it into squares. And these are not all the same size at all. And what I did, okay, let me show you. So I can't remember if she did them all the same or if she alternated. I'll have to go back and look, but you can go to her channel and she has one up and you can watch her. Bella, stop. Come here. Come here. She always has to do this when I'm filming. It drives me nuts every single time. They're worse than kids, you know what? I mean, seriously. They can be quiet. The whole time I can be doing something and they can be quiet. As soon as I start filming, there they go. Lay down, please. Okay, so that's, well, I'll just use what I have. Okay. So this one, oh, and the bigger the button, the less of a flower you're going to have. The smaller the button, the more material is going to be, obviously. So let's just try this for now and see what it does. Okay, and then what she used is, you know those rainbow loom that the kids were just going nuts over last year? This is what she uses, and they are so cool because they're little, but they can stretch out to a pretty good amount. So you take the button, you put it in the middle of the fabric. I hope you're seeing this okay. And then all you do is you go around the button with the elastic as many times as it'll go. And see, I cut these squares smaller, so this bigger button, yeah, this bigger button isn't going to do the job, I don't think. I'm going to have to go to a smaller, because this one was a lot more material, bigger squares. So let's try a smaller button. The thing is keeping that button. And there you go. Then you can fluff it out and you can do whatever you want with it. You can snip all the ends like that one I did. You can put something in the middle. But my gosh, how easy is that? And there's the button. And that's it. That's it for that flower. So there you go. And again, this was cut. Did I put a... Oh yeah, and I did put a little one just to show you. I put a pearl in the middle of this one. But of course you can put whatever, I mean bigger I think would be prettier, but... So there's those 3 flowers. Okay. This one I cut, I think this one was like 5 inches in width, and then I folded it. Maybe it was even wider than that. I really don't care for it being this big. I mean, if you were doing a whole kind of bouquet or using different sizes, it'd be fine. I think I like smaller, so here, so I can show you, I cut it, the width is a lot smaller. It's like, it was like 3.5 inches, and I turned it, as you can see. And I just did a running stitch. And then all you do is you just pull it together. Let's snip this. Well, maybe I should gather it. Well, you know what? What I'm going to do here, I forgot to show you. Okay, is just, we're going to snip a few more. And again, these aren't the same size. I'm not that particular in that. That's all I'm going to do with this. Okay, so I'm going to take this thread out of here and then cut this off. That's that. And then we'll gather this together. And the thread that I use a heavy duty thread, because if not, you don't want to get through all this and then have it break. That is no bueno. And I've done it, and I get so frustrated. And then you can just mess with it. And then if you wanted, you could put, and again, I'm just showing you with what I have, not that, but a pearl, a button, bling, something red, something blue, I don't know. But see, this one, I think I like this one better. But again, like I'm saying, if you were doing something where you had different sizes for whatever reason, it would be cute. But I think I do like this size better. And then you just fluff it up and you can make it, well, let's just do this because I can always. But that's cute, huh? And I don't know, I'd put something on top of that as well to hide the, if you wanted to, or put red thread in there. That's just an idea. So there's that, there's those two. And then, where's that other one? Oh, this one, where I told you I just fold it in half like I did with the one that I cut the little slits. Instead of doing that, okay, so here. So you have this, okay, and you fold it over, and I rip my material because you can get a straighter, it's straighter if you rip it opposed to cutting it, unless you have a rotary cutter, which I do have a rotary cutter, but it's in storage. So I ripped it, and it does give you this frayed edge. So I just left it that way. So you folded it, instead of sewing the salve, you know, where it's cut. Hope you can see this. I don't know what you're seeing. And then a running stitch, okay? And I use the big soft, let me see. And I had, this was in that Tupperware thing with the material. But I do dolls, and so I use these needles for the soft sculpture. These work better for me because you can get it done a lot quicker than a small needle. So just your running stitch. Okay. All right, and then you're just going to gather it together. And then you can sew the edges of it. I'm not going to do it now because I have one done, but I just wanted to show you how you do it. And you just take this, and then either you can sew it or you can glue it together. You know, you're fussy with it, so I'm not going to do that, like I said. And then you can put, you know, a button or a pearl or whatever. And that is this one, same thing. So there's those two, really easy. And then I use tulle and then some of the stuff I told you about that wraps up the turkey. And I thought this was pretty too. And again, it's the button where you just bring it all up together and put the rubber band on it. And I put some of this with it when I was putting the rubber band on. So I thought that was pretty too. Then the other one, I don't have anything out to show you this, but this is really self-explanatory. I just took a piece of felt. You can cut a circle or a square, whatever. And these are just tiny little pieces of square, oh, where's one? Okay, it would be like, okay, you take a strip, you take a strip, and you just cut it like that. And truly, this is what I did. I'm calling it my mosaic flower. And it's just squares that I put all over, and I just kept putting more and more and more and layering them, and this is what I got from that. So this one, I mean, it's just squares glued down to a piece. It could be a piece of cardboard, felt, whatever. And I did this one the same way. So you have those two. I wonder if I turn this over, if you'd be able to see them better. Well, I'll do that in a minute. Okay, and then this one I got from a little Shabby Chic. Hers that she did, I think she did, no, I think she did hers with cotton. I want to say she did them with cotton and with cheesecloth. And I think the gauze would be pretty like this, but what you do with that one is, again, you take your circle and you start gluing down your material. You get what I'm saying. And then you will do another layer. Of course, you're going to do it a lot neater. Anyway, you're going to go around, and I went around twice with this one. And before you put those on, I put some of this netting, and I put some burlap, and then I laid these on, and then put a pearl with a button. And the way to get this, the point to get these is you cut, and you know what, it doesn't even have to be a square. It can be, this is not a square, it's a rectangle more than a square. But anyway, you're gonna go like you're gonna meet it corner to corner, but you're gonna go offset. So you're not gonna go right up, you're gonna go over, and then you're going to fold it again, and then you're gonna take your glue in the middle of that and squeeze it, and then fold it again. A little more glue, and squeeze it, and there you have another one. I'll do that again. Like you're going to meet it in together, the corners but offset, so it's a little bit off. Fold it again. Here's your point. Put your glue. Fold it again. Here's your point. A little more glue. And there you go. So I think I'm gonna turn over this placemat just so you can see it, I think, a little better. So there's that. This one is this, and I just showed you how to do those, and you just keep going around and around. And then go in between the first set. See where it has a space, then you'll go in between there. And then start filling it in. Do one more. Fold it one more time to the point. I'm going to come back and do a frame. I'm going to take some of this material, I think, and do a frame. I got for $1 at Michael's. And my grandson, London, he was born on the 4th of July, so I'm going to go from my camera, get a picture developed at a kiosk, and then Mod Podge some of this material that I have into a frame. That'll be in another video for the 4th of July for his picture, his baby picture. So I'm going to do that. Then I think I'm going to try and make some paper bag, out of brown paper bag. I have this flower, and I'm going to use this as my pattern because I don't have my Sizzix with me. It's in storage. I don't have any of that, so I'm just going to make a pattern and cut it by hand. And I'll show you, I'll do a tutorial on that when I get that ready. So, guys, I hope you liked this video, and if you do, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you like the things that I have been doing. I appreciate it so much for the people that have. So let me bring in these flowers again now that I've turned this over. I think it helped a little bit. So, I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and I will be talking to you soon. Bye for now.